So the ending of Attack on Titan is finally here with chapter 139, not officially released, but basically released. So right now I don't have the official translations, and I have to say, it's an interesting ending. Many people are not happy with it. Isayama did say the fans would be hurt by the ending, and well, they're hurt. I'm gonna briefly go over the chapter real quick. To be honest, funny enough, despite it being the last chapter, not much happens. And so I'm just going to quickly go through it. It is a fan translation that I'm reading off right now. If for some reason before I edit the video the official translations come out, I'll be using those in the video. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. We start off the chapter with Armin and Eren talking within the paths, kind of like what Zeke did with Eren. How they were just going throughout time, talking and stuff. Except this time they're not manipulating time, I don't think. Unless maybe they are, but that doesn't really matter. So Eren has explained to Armin the exact powers and what he's been going through with the Attack Titan, with seeing the future and everything. And Armin's like, alright, yeah, I get that, but why do you have to be a dick to us? And then Eren's just like, I don't know, I just wanted you guys to hate me enough so then you could kill me. The whole reason for that is so that Eren becomes this terrible monster, so then the people of Paradis, the Eldians, they can save the day and the world will not hate them anymore. Eren says he wants to destroy 80% of the world with the rumbling, so war physically cannot happen. And the thing is, a lot of people were thinking, why doesn't he just do 100%? Why doesn't he destroy the world except for Paradis? Is that really freedom though? I don't see how that solves anything at all from a storytelling thematic perspective. Yes, all of your enemies are gone and they're destroyed and murdered, but it's due to a very kind of Deus Ex Machina, kind of godlike way. It doesn't really count. That's not what freedom is. That's not what solving racism is. Because this is kind of a story about racism. It's turned into that. Killing the people who are racist is not the solution. It just isn't the solution. Killing 80% of them and making them change their minds, sure. I think that is a valid point. That is the one reason why I've always been against Eren destroying the entire world with rumbling. That's why I never thought that it would happen. And it turns out I was right. Whether or not he intended to or not, he didn't destroy the entire world. Because that just doesn't go with what he stands for. He doesn't want to murder people. We even see later in the chapter, he really doesn't want to do this. But from a thematic standpoint, it just doesn't make sense for the rumbling to destroy the entire world. That doesn't give them freedom. That's forced freedom. That's not true freedom. That's just an illusion of freedom. And the racism isn't really solved. You didn't change anyone's mind. You just murdered them. Eren then explains to Armin everything that Ymir has gone through throughout her entire life. He told the story of the founder, Ymir. However, there's a bit of a twist. It's revealed that I'm pretty sure there never was a curse of Ymir, kind of. She was never bound by royal blood to begin with. She chose to be a slave to King Fritz. The reason why she did that is because she loved him. That is why for 2,000 years she has been trapped because of love. And the reason why she loves him, in Eren's words, is, I don't know. We get that a lot this chapter. Eren not understanding what's going on, but just going with it. But apparently Ymir has been waiting 2,000 years to find someone to free her from this love. And that is Mikasa. Why? Well, in Eren's words, I don't know. What's interesting is that we do find out that Eren kind of lost a bit of his humanity. With quoting the fan translation, Armin, my head got all weird. With the power of the founding titan, there is no present, future, or past. It exists all at once, and so I had no choice. So this does imply, and it makes sense looking back on it, and in my Mikasa has royal blood, which I still stand by. We don't get anything of Mikasa having royal blood in this, but I still stand by that she has Fritz and Reese, whatever. She has the actual royal blood. Still stand by that. Again, iCard up there. But in that video I talk about how Eren can only see future Attack Titan users' memories, not his future memories. So how does he see the future, past, and present, right? How does he see all of it? Well, technically, Ymir was an Attack Titan, so Eren is a future successor of her, which is himself, and he can see his own future And because of just the nature of Titans, he can see everyone's past, dating all the way back to the beginning. So he really can see all time, all at once. It's all within his head. Maybe even multiple timelines. There is technically no timeline theory in all this, which is interesting because now I guess thinking about it, the whole time loop theory is that's debunked now. I don't think that there really is a time loop. There's a metaphorical one, sure, but not a literal one like many people thought. But Eren's resolve is so strong that way back in season 1, the Smiling Titan was originally going to attack Bertolt, but he made it attack his mother to encourage Kid Eren to fight. How he did that, I don't know. I really don't know how he's able to manipulate the past on that level, unless maybe just him being there in the past, similar to him and Zeke going in the past. Maybe he can still use his Founding Titan abilities to command Titans, even though he's not physically there. I don't know. Am I dumb? Can somebody explain that? Unless it's just not explainable. But then, for some reason, Armin brings up Mikasa, and he's like, hey, Eren, did you have a crush on Mikasa? What did you think of her? And then Armin's like, do you think that she'll forget about you and live happily with somebody else? I kind of want her to do that. And Eren's like, well, I don't know. Then he just gets absolutely decked in the face, and it's the most ugly panel I've ever seen, but I love it. And Armin flips out on him, and he's like, what the hell do you mean you don't know? And he's talking about how much he treated her like shit, and it's like, she did everything for you, but all you did was say that you hated her and this and that. And then he's like, the least that she can do is fall in love with somebody else, is to move on from you. And he's like, maybe she'll do that one day. And Eren's like, no, I don't want that. I want her to suffer. I want her to mourn over me until the day she dies. But I want her to also be happy because I love her. And it's like, Eren, what are you doing? I don't get it. And then Armin's like, just shut up, stop. You sound pitiful. But then we get into some real talk, and he's like, I want her to be happy, but damn, I don't want to die. He really doesn't want to die, which makes sense, I guess. And Armin's like, hey, no, we can keep you alive somehow. Just fight, I guess. And he's like, no, I have to die. It's destiny. Even though Eren really doesn't have to die. They could just keep him in hiding if they wanted to. But basically, Eren explains his reasoning for the rumbling. And he says, I want the earth to become a blank slate. I want it to become just balanced. I want it to be white. I want it to be a blank canvas. Why, though? I don't know. I just felt like it. It's like I said, that's his answer to everything this chapter. I don't know. But we finally get the final panel, and it is Grisha holding Eren's child like I suspected, which is very nice. At least I got something right. Eren then says, all right, Armin, it's time. We're done here. I'm erasing your memories, but I'll release them once I die. And then it's revealed that all of this is happening on the boat with Annie. I'm pretty sure this is when they were going to the fight initially. At first, I was super confused. I'm like, when does this take place? But then I should use my brain. From here, Armin and Mikasa cry over Eren's death. She's holding his head, and apparently Eren talked to her as well off camera. We just don't see her get those memories of Eren, but apparently he talked to her. Everyone gets untitanified, and they're all meeting with their parents. They're all calling Eren a bastard, and they're all just having a gay old time, and it's nice. It's when Levi's on the ground that he sees the spirits of the past Survey Corp members. He sees Erwin, Hanji, and a whole bunch of others. Connie and Jean then see Sasha. And then after that, Gabby and Falco, basically, they're almost doing it at this point. It's like, get a room. And then Mikasa's like, all right, I think my time's here done. I'm out. I'm gonna bury Eren's head in the tree where we were when we were kids. So back at chapter 1. The Marleyans are obviously suspicious of the Eldians, and it's like, you guys are Titans still, aren't you? You're lying to us. You didn't get rid of the Titans. And then Armin comes in and he's like, hey, no, we did. Do you want to know why? Because if we were Titans, wouldn't we be attacking you because you're pointing guns at us? And he's like, there's your proof. And he's like, my name is Armin Albert from Paradis. I'm the one who killed the Attack Titan Eren Yeager. We now get a 3-year time skip. We don't find out what happened with Marley and Eldia, but we see Farmer Kun and Historia with their ugly-ass baby. But we get some kind of monologue from Historia from the future or something like that. And it turns out Eldia is now run by a bunch of Jaegerists, and the military is very large, and it's a very like dictatorship kind of country now, so that's great. And their new catchphrase is, if we win, we live. If we lose, we die. If we don't fight, we can't win. So fight. Fight. And then she says, the war is only over until one of us lives and one of us dies. And then we get a few shots of everybody just chilling around and Rainer being a simp to Historia, which, you know, everybody's talking about Mikasa and Eren, Historia and Eren. I want Historia and Rainer. I always have, always will. They are my big ship in this series. And it's a Historia's married, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Turns out everyone kind of hates Armin and co. You know, I forget what they're called, but you know, the main characters. Everybody kind of hates them. Paradis hates them. The world hates them. It's not a good place for them. Everyone hates them. Everyone except for Historia, basically, and she's going to try and save them. So Armin's plan is to talk no jutsu his way into making the world not hate them. But as it's been explained by Historia, it's not going to stop until the war is over, right? There is going to be war. Armin can't talk his way out of it. But his plan is to tell them everything that happened. And then we finally get a shot of Mikasa, long hair Mikasa, sitting by the tree with a little stone for Eren's grave. Then she says, Eren, they're going to come to us soon. Aren't you happy to see them again? She's like, I want to see you again. Then suddenly a bird flies from the sky, picks up her scarf and wraps it around her. And then she says, Eren, thank you for wrapping my scarf around me. And that is the end of Attack on Titan. Hoo boy, what a journey. So a lot of people have a lot of complaints for a lot of different reasons. I think that this is an okay ending. I just think that it wasn't explained or executed well. Like I said before, the whole idea of Eren not completing the rumbling 100%, that makes sense. That's something that I've thought before, and it's just something that, why would he destroy the entire world? I think thematically and from a storytelling perspective, it makes sense. The issue is his explanation for everything. It's terrible. His explanation is literally, I don't know. I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know why I did this, I kind of just felt like it. I don't get it. I don't know. I think that this entire thing could have been saved if instead of Eren and Armin in the paths, it's Eren and Ymir. And they go throughout time and we see how they craft the perfect timeline. Because that was my idea, again, up in the iCard, the Mikasa headache video. That was my idea of what was going to happen for the ending. I still think that is the ideal ending for Attack on Titan. It's implied because Eren killed his mother. It is implied that he does go throughout time and crafts kind of a perfect timeline. But if it's so perfect, why is there still war, right? This doesn't seem to be the good ending. This feels like the bad ending of a video game. And I do want to talk about that in another video later on. I'll get to that soon, talking about good endings and bad endings and how there could be multiple endings to the series. So stay tuned for that video. There's a lot that this chapter did good, but there's a lot that it did bad. It's a shame that in just one chapter the series got ruined. Nothing got accomplished, right? Yes, Titans are gone. Eren accomplished his goal. He killed all Titans, but he didn't stop peace. He didn't stop the racism. He further enhanced it. He made the world hate Paradis even more. His whole plan of trying to become the greater evil so then Paradis, the greater good, can come and destroy him, it didn't work. It just didn't work. And then Ymir going, I like Mikasa. I'm gonna give up. And the worm, the centipede, right, the hallucinogena, whatever, it's just gone. There's no explanation. That's the issue. Things just aren't explained. They are explained by Eren saying, I don't know. She just thinks this way, or I don't know, I just felt like it. That's the issue. Things are just, I don't know. Isayama probably didn't know. That's the issue. And I don't think that we can blame him necessarily for this. Yes, he's the author, but chances are this wasn't the ending that he wanted. It has been stated long ago that he changed the ending originally, but that's not what I'm talking about. I think that as of just a few chapters ago, about a year ago, his editor probably went like, hey, I don't like what you're doing. Can we change that, please? And because there's so much foreshadowing, a lot of people like to talk about whether or not Isayama is good at foreshadowing anymore just because of what happened here, if it was all just by coincidence, and I don't think so. I think that there were clear intentional foreshadows since chapter 1. I think that is very obvious. But it's around the time, like, honestly, since the rumbling arc. When the rumbling started, I think that's where issues arose. Either Isayama himself, maybe he is to blame. Maybe he just didn't know what to do exactly. But I don't believe that, because even if he didn't know what to do with the rumbling, the foreshadowing should have added up, but it just didn't. It simply went against everything that the characters stand for. Eren was shown to be this guy with this master plan. He has this idea. He showed it to everyone else as well, right? Grisha. Grisha went along with Eren's plan for a while. We know that he did, because he went down to kill, was it the Reese, Fritz, whatever, the royal family. He went to kill them, but then obviously he didn't before Eren then convinced him again. But it's after that, then Grisha's like, do not listen to Eren, he's doing a bunch of horrible stuff, Zeke, help. But it's before that. It's him going up to the royal family, willing to kill them for Eren's goal. There has to be something there that Eren showed him. But there isn't. There just isn't anything convincing worthy in what Eren did to show Grisha. There is no reason why Grisha would have went along for Eren's plan any step of the way. It doesn't make sense. That is definitely a plot hole. Him going back in time itself? No, obviously. It's clear that he went back in time because he manipulated the Smiling Titan to kill his mother. We know that at some point, who knows when, he did go back in the past. Some people like to claim that as a plot hole, but we know there's proof he went into the past sometime. So it's obvious that's when he gave the memories to Grisha. But I think that, again, that's where the plot holes happen. There's nothing to show Grisha that would even make him consider going along with Eren's plan. All Eren can show him is world destruction and domination. Why would anyone go along with that? It doesn't make sense. There's apparently also memory shards. There's one of Falco, there's another of Historia, and I think Annie, there's somebody else. There's a few memory shards that just don't get brought up at all, and those are absolute. You can say what you want about what I just said about Grisha. That's just insinuating that it's a plot hole. We don't really know for sure, but that is an actual plot hole. If I can find the panel, obviously I'm showing it right now, but of the memory crystals, they are of Eren's future memories, but they never happen. They just simply don't. And that is definitely a plot hole. So the ending was recently changed. As of a year ago, the ending was definitely changed, whether that's Isayama's decision himself or it's his editors. Chances are it's the editor. Overall, do I like the ending? Yes, in a way. I think that it's okay. I think it works, but it could have been so much better. I do want to make a video talking about the potential alternate endings that Attack on Titan can have, like I said before, with the good and bad endings. I do believe that the anime could possibly show us a third ending, and yes, I say third ending. We've already been given 2, I believe. But I will talk about that in another video. And if you guys are interested, I do like doing rewrites in my own spare time. I've already made one for Mysterio, which nobody watched, but fair enough, I don't really care. I want to make a few more of them. And I'm thinking of doing that with Attack on Titan. I want to craft my own perfect ending and show it to every one of you. And so if you guys want to see that, tell me in the comments below, give this video a like and subscribe. I want to know what you guys thought about this chapter. Did you like it or did you not? I don't know how to make polls, but I might make a poll if I can. Can I make a poll in the iCard? If I can, it's there. Did you like the ending? If you did, smash like. If you didn't, also smash like. Give me likes and subscribes. Goodbye.